David and Victoria Beckham have been granted planning permission to build a log store at their £6 million Cotswolds home despite eco-opposition. The superstar couple say they want to add the drywood store to already approved additions to their Cotswolds retreat for cozy nights in front of a roaring fire. Planners have now given the green light to the proposal, even though the Beckhams stand accused of flying in the face of the government's clean air strategy. The accusation was made by an objector who claimed they should be relying on more eco-friendly methods of heating, such as an electric heat pump. But planners said the objection was not enough to block the plans for Maplewood Barn, near Grade 2, and permission was granted by West Oxfordshire District Council last Friday. The objection from a member of the public read, "I object to this application as it is a log store to keep wood to be burned dry." This flies in the face of the government's clean air strategy. The individual finishes the objection by stating "Save the planet." In response to the concern, the planning officer wrote, "Officers do not consider that given the scale of the proposed log store, it would not result in any material increase in carbon emissions." They added, "The principle of development is established and the proposed design changes will result in no material impact with regard to neighborly amenity, highways, ecology or drainage." The proposed design changes as described echo the forms and materials of the approved structure and would therefore appear in keeping with the character of the site. The changes are considered minor in nature and would be barely perceptible from off-site, meaning the wider visual appreciation of the proposed changes would be negligible. The sought changes are in addition to the recently granted planning permission to build an outhouse at the Grade 2 listed country house. Permission for the previous plans was granted on the condition the building, which will be used as an office and high-tech vehicle storage space, was designed to provide an attractive environment for nesting birds and bats. The fresh application was made in April this year to vary a condition on the existing permission and is still under consideration by the council. The original planning application was given the green light as long as the celebrity couple look after the existing wildlife there. Planners said, before the erection of any external walls, details of the provision of at least one integrated bat box and at least one integrated bird box within the walls of the new building shall be submitted to the local planning authority for approval. Former England footballer David and fashion designer wife Victoria must also ensure that bats, birds, badgers, hedgehogs, reptiles and amphibians are protected in accordance with the Conservation of Habitats and Species Regulations 2017 and the Wildlife and Countryside Act 1981. They are also prohibited from installing any outdoor fixtures which would directly illuminate the bat box or the hedgerow without prior approval to protect roosting, foraging or community bats. It was also noted that the Beckhams must have a 5-year aftercare maintenance plan and there must be no external lighting that could harm wildlife. The Cotswolds mansion, which is estimated to be worth around £6.15 million, has been renovated a number of times over the past few years. Features of the countryside estate, located close to the private members' club, Soho Farmhouse, include a huge football pitch, decked out with a spectator stand, an outdoor pool, and a sauna. It is also said to contain a wine cellar, a plunge pool, and an enormous garage, fitted with flashy cars and a motorbike. The Beckham family are said to bounce between their Oxfordshire home, a £31 million mansion in London, and a £19 million penthouse in Miami, Florida.